Hey there, welcome to our week 4 workshop. So this one's going to be a little bit of a shorter workshop that we're going to work through, but still really powerful. And before we dive into it, I would just take a minute and reflect on how's this week been? How's it been doing these mindset activities? How's it been doing your journaling? Right? Are there new, or is maybe this bringing some limiting beliefs to the surface that you need to work on? Or maybe this is really just giving you clarity on where you want to go with your life, and there's some new actions that you can start acting on. But either way, I want you to start to notice what are some of those shifts that's going on internally as you're working through this. And where I want to start, because I think this is really going to help us set this up for the activity we're going to go on, is I want to talk about this scene in Alice in Wonderland. It might have been a little while since you've seen the movie, but there's this scene where Alice, she's walking through the woods and there's the cat up in the tree. And she goes up to the cat and she asks, "Would you please tell me which way I ought to go from here?" And the cat says, "That depends a good deal on where you want to get to." And she says, "I don't care so much where." And the cat says, "Then it doesn't matter which way you go, so long as I get somewhere," Alice exclaimed. And the cat said, "Oh, well, you're sure to do that if you only keep walking long enough." And I bring this up because unfortunately, I think a lot of people go through their life with a similar mindset where they think, I want to end up somewhere, right? But they never clarify what that somewhere is. And hopefully that everyone who's watching this is way past that point, right? They all have clear goals. They know exactly where the somewhere is that they want to get to. But I think this is still really important because I think that a lot of times we focus on what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, what we want to own, right? All these external things we want to achieve. But sometimes we forget about who do we want to become, right? And I think a lot of times people they have a similar mindset to Alice when it comes to that, where it's like, well, I know I want to become someone, right? But they never really clarify what does that version of me look like? Who is it that I'm working on becoming? And that's what we're going to get into today with our activity. So how I want you to start this out is you have your pen and paper, and I want you to start by numbering down the side of your page 1 through 8. So you have 8 lines numbered, 1, 2, 3, just numbering them down there in the margin, 1 through 8. And then once you have your 8 lines numbered, I want you to make a list of 8 adjectives that you would use to describe the person that you want to become or the person that you are. How would you use to describe yourself or the person you want to become? Examples could be passionate, creative, disciplined, inspiring, loving, fun, funny, right? Just try and come up with what are some of those. There's no right answer. If you want to make a list that's way longer than 8, that's great. But I would encourage you to try and get at least 8 out of your head. So I'm going to do a timer. Let's actually try a timer for 1.5 minutes and see how we are. So go ahead and take some time, make your list of 8 adjectives. All right, so now that you have your list of 8 adjectives to describe yourself or the person you want to become, and if you need more time, just pause the video, keep working up your list of 8. I want you to then circle the top 3 qualities that really resonate with you the most, really get you the most excited. They just kind of vibe with, yeah, this is the person I want to become. So I'm gonna do a timer. Let's do a timer for 45 seconds. And there's no right answer to this, but I'll try and identify the top three that really just inspire you to become this person. You can circle them, highlight them, just something to star them. Right. Now that you've got that, move on. And now underneath your list, I want you to start a new section. And this time we're going to do six. And this time we're going to list out six two-word adjectives you'd use to describe yourself or the person you want to become. So this could be like loving father, kind of like a descriptive word to maybe a noun. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but intelligent investor, loving father, inspiring leader, good listener, right? What would order two-word adjectives you would use to describe yourself? A loyal employee. What would it be that gets you excited and inspires you? So I'm going to do another timer. Let's do 2 minutes for this, and you can come up with two-word adjectives that you would just use to describe yourself or the person you would like to become. All right. If you need more time, just pause this. Keep working on your list till you can come up with six. And then once you have your list of six, similarly, I want you to choose your top three and circle them. Which ones really just resonate with you the most, really inspire you? So I'll do another timer for 45 seconds and you can identify those. All right, once you've identified those three, You've circled the ones that stick out to you the most. Got one more part to this. Now I want you to list out, and this one might take you a little bit more effort, but you can be creative with it. We're going to do 6 short sentences to describe yourself or the person that you want to become. So maybe I always do the right thing. I improve the lives of everyone I meet. I'm willing to do what others aren't. Or I see the best in others. I give second chances. I believe in my peers. Uh, I always go the extra mile. What are some short sentences you would use to really inspire you to become a better version of you? What would you use to describe yourself and the person that you want to become? So I'll do another timer for 2 minutes, and you can work on identifying some of these. All right. If you need more time with that, you can pause the video, get some more time. But now that we have our list of those 6 short sentences, similarly, I want you to identify the top 3 that resonate with you the most. So I'll do another timer for 45 seconds so you can identify the top 3. All right. Once you've done that, we are going to take these different sections, and we're going to combine them together to make what I'm going to call your mission statement. All right. So you can I want you to make one long sentence where we combine this all together. So an example would be, I, Jason Vandeveer, and then I would take my 3 adjectives that I picked from the first part. I, Jason Vandeveer, am creative, passionate, and disciplined. I am, and then I take my 3 2-word adjectives and I combine them together. I'm a loving father, an inspirational leader, and an intelligent investor. And then I have one more sentence of, I combine all 3 of those little sentences, the 3 that I chose together. I always do the right thing. I'm willing to do what others aren't, and I improve the lives of everyone I meet. So by having this short little 3-sentence paragraph, you can really start to clarify the type of person you want to become. And I know that a lot of times you could get a little back and forth as you're making this. Obviously, we can't wrap up the entire you in a short little paragraph, right? So don't worry, you won't be able to do that, right? Don't overthink this too much. I would just create something because it's still going to give you direction versus trying to go back and forth, trying to create the perfect thing. Because the reality is, we just can't fit our entire selves into 3 sentences, right? But this is a good starting point. And once you have this, I know we've been working a lot on affirmations. This is going to give you lots of things that you can make affirmations out of, right? Like, I am creative, I am passionate, or I always do the right thing, I'm willing to do what others aren't. But I kind of like to have this entire thing written out, and I like to put it on the inside cover of, if you've got the Goal Crazy Planner, like you can put it on the inside cover here, or maybe on the inside cover of your journal, and you can just read this affirmation. And I would really encourage you to do it every morning and every evening. So you're constantly reminding yourself, this is the type of person I'm working on becoming. And when you read it, really just try and feel it, right? We don't want it to just be a robotic going through the motions, read it every day because we need to check it off our list. But if you can just really read it and feel it, it's going to help align you with becoming that version of yourself that you want to become. So after you combine all of this together, uh, write it somewhere that you're going to see it. Let's do one more timer so that you can combine that together. Just forgot about that. So let's do a timer for, let's do a minute and a half. And you can put all of that together into one final statement for yourself to have. So you're going to combine the 3 adjectives from the first section, the 3 2-word adjectives, and the 3 short sentences all together into one paragraph here. And write that as one paragraph. All right. Now that you have that all written out, I'm going to challenge you as your homework to take this mission statement that you just formed, put it somewhere we're going to see it regularly, right? Put it on the inside cover of your notebook, put it on a piece of paper, tape it to your mirror, but put it somewhere you're going to see it and you can read it on a regular basis. So that's what we have for today. Go ahead and post in the Facebook group once you've made your mission statement. Share with us where you put it, right? Maybe where you put it will be a good reminder for somebody else so they can put it in a similar spot and it can help remind them. And then make sure you have in our calendar, our final workshop is going to be on February 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So look forward to continuing this with you guys. Have a great week.